Hi, everybody, and welcome back. I want to say a couple things before I get started because we're having some new people join us, and I just want to say welcome. My name is Catharae, and I've been doing readings for a little while, but for our sake, what I'd like to do is just kind of give you a little free reading once a week so that there's something positive to look for. A lot of us are going through some very stressful times, and we need to know if there's any good news that's out there for us and what those. All right. So, and those of you that have been referred by Kim, thank you so much for stopping in and seeing what we're doing. I do want to explain maybe just a teeny bit about the Cards of Life thing. My primary deck has been the Voyager deck by James Wanless for quite a while. I just love this deck. It's all beautiful. It's a collage of things, and he uses a lot of artwork. You can find him online if you like the cards. I think they're in 3 sizes now even. I know 2 for sure. There's a teeny little deck that's really cute. But this is supposed to be a representation of the DNA molecule, hence Cards of Life. Okay, so that's where that little title came from. Alrighty, so thanks everybody and welcome, and we're just going to take off from here, okay? Now, I'd like to, maybe today, this week, we'll do a little toss, and I'll give us an idea of what to expect for the week of November 23rd through the 29th. All right. I'm getting where I can't remember what day it is, but okay. Here we go. Now it's going to take a few things. Nice. Okay. Now, sometimes it turns out that there's a little bent that's a wee bit political. I try not to make the readings political if possible. All right. Now, for me, the main spread is 10 cards. We'll read through those. And then I like to read the bottom of the deck as well, which to me feels like my ace in the hole. So if I'm trying to tie everything together, sometimes it's the one cohesive comment about everything. All right. Now, what I do have to say is so many of us are going through heartbreak and upset right now. And that's what we're dealing with. We've got the 5 of Cups, which is the primary card, okay? This is significator. And so what we're going to try and do is work from that base and figure out where we can find some answers or where we can find resolution. So the 5 of Cups is about emotional loss, upset, heartbreak. But what's crossing it is like this particular card is the Man of Worlds. And every time I see this card in my mind, I hear Ichiban, number one. And it is a guy, in this particular case, of course, it's a man, but that's masculine energy, who is reaching back to achieve that number 1 position. So we've had so much disappointment and heartbreak. Now we have someone coming in who's going to say, I've got a plan. I know how to get to where we need to be. And this is about achieving our goals. This is about making partnerships with other people. This can be throughout the world. This is not only bi-coastal, but bi-continental effects in order to let other people be in on our achievements, okay? So this is finding the partnerships, working in tandem with other people that are going to get our goals achieved. Okay, so that in itself is hopeful, but it looks like it's the beginning of that. We're starting to see the applications of that for this particular week. Okay, starts out with the loss and then we're building from there. One nice thing is the plan has been in motion for a while. This is a 2 of crystals, which for me is mental things. So I'm kind of at a crossroads, or there are options that are open. When this card to me is good, better, and best. So the options are going to lead us in a positive direction. Which choice tells us how fast we're going to get there, right? But it is a past card, so that means to me it's already set into motion, right? And there's the diamond in the sky, but we've got good, better, best. All right. So looking good. And then on top of it, we've got this man of crystals, which is smart cookie. Okay. When I see crystals, I usually think it's an air sign. So there might be an air sign male that is going to have some options that he's going to contribute to our successes in this next week. And this card is kind of like, stay strong. We're going to get there, right? This is a card of health and strength. It's not about sickness and upset. So it is about we have to stay in this together in the immediate future to restore the level of health. Okay, good card. All righty. Then we have some options here. Okay, first of all, I just want to tell you that we do have the Ten of Worlds that popped up. Now, this is usually a money card. So there could be, you know, how our stimulus and different things have been on hold. There could be a breakthrough for that because this is a summation of money and a lump sum, all right? And it's in our immediate future. So we just know that it's for us individually. So it's not collective where maybe the stock market does something. It looks like it's individuals that are getting the benefit of the financial windfall, right? So that looks good. I do feel that there, oh, that's interesting. For this next week, there's going to be a lot of influence about women in positions of power. So this makes me think of like Georgia and different places like that, where there's so many women that are getting involved in politics. And this is going to tell us that there is an effect that's being made as a result of that. Because these are women working together, yes, and we're right by the power card, yes. And this is about we're following our emotions and understanding how people feel about things, absolutely, yes. So just know that. If you're working in conjunction with any of your female friends, this could be a very opportune week for bringing those ideas together. A friend of mine was running for office in Burbank, and these women have the same kind of energy that she does, all right? So look for it and know that it's going to be to all of our benefit for what these, in particular, two women are doing. Okay, this is pretty interesting. All right. Now, in a position of our friends and people that are around us, I just want you to know that you're being encouraged at this time to take the leap of faith. Okay, so say you want to run a business and you have a friend who has half of the capabilities, you have the other half. This could be a good week for you to sit down and write out a business plan because this is. It reminds me of Nietzsche, you know, come to the edge and fly. And people are like, no, I'm too afraid. No, I can't. And this card is saying, just do it. Just give it a shot. See what it is. You're scared to make that leap of faith. And then after you make it, you get feedback. This sounds very familiar to me. You get feedback, and now you're going, why didn't I do this before? I could have done this. I could have done this last year. I had the skills all along. You know, not to be condescending about my cards, but this is what I call my baby Harry Potter card. And that's Harry Potter. And what is it with Harry Potter that, I know it's an old reference, but he was always asked to do the impossible before the tools he needed showed up. Same is going for us, okay? So this could be a week where you're being asked to make a commitment to something that seems impossible at the time, but afterwards everything starts falling in place. There's that person who's going to help me. There's that group that's been waiting to hear from me. So trust, have faith, and give yourself some forward momentum here on trying something that you feel you haven't learned enough to do yet. Especially if you're in the female category, because sometimes females think they have to know things forward and backwards before they give it a shot. Guys don't do that all the time. It's like, that's an idea, let me add it, okay? Sounds like Chris Cuomo, doesn't it? Okay, but here we go. This card is saying, if you think you can, this is a good time to start, Okay, even if it's in the planning stages, getting it written down is the first step to making a reality. This card right here is telling me trust in the development of your faith-based activities, okay? This is someone who's following things for the right reasons. I'm being led with a trail of breadcrumbs this week. So look for those things, because you might start out alone and then you have the people that show up to help you, okay? So, I mean, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a little teeny person here that's all by themselves. And then there's this whole flock of birds that fly in to help them in their next endeavor, okay? The only thing that's going to hold you back is this card. And this is fear. And a good week for challenging some fears on your part. Because once it's achieved, then it becomes a strength. Okay? So that's where we are right now. We're getting rid of the fear. It's one of our challenges for this week. And why? Because our next step is going to be using the strength that we've developed based on all of these issues that we've been overcoming. And by the way, if any of you out there happen to be a Leo at this time, this card is a positive aspect for all of your Leo attributes. So I would say within the next 3 days, there might be some manifestation that you're going to go, oh my gosh, I'm surprised. I just thought that, and here it is. So act on it. If you're not a Leo, act like you are one. Leos don't have to know what they're doing. They need, okay? They're not afraid to act, okay? All right, so let's have a look at the bottom of the deck. It's our secret. Well, sure. Now, a little hard to see, but it is the Four of Wands. And for me, this card means that you have achieved a level of, it's like maturity, but spirituality added to it. And I don't mean churchy stuff. I mean spirituality. This is, thank you, electronic confirmation, all right? This is, I've got a hold of the concept. I know who I am. This is me. Now I'm ready to take some of the next steps. And guess what? There's little people here that they're actually like llamas, but they're little people that are saying, you go first and we're going to be right behind you, okay? So this could be on the brink of some major achievements where you're trusting yourself because you know that's the right thing to do, okay? But it feels like not in a grandiose way, but just in a self-assured way, okay? And doing it for the right reason, because here's the Statue of Liberty, truth, justice, and the American way. Okay? All right. Well, that looks like us for this particular week, which is a pretty significant week, I think. All right? And just want you to know that if there's a major pressing idea or something, you can put it down in the comments below, and we'll see if we can address it in the weeks to come. All right. So welcome, y'all. Well, nice to have you possums back with me, and I'll talk with you next week. All right. Bye.